Game Up Hard Hydration. It's like your favorite sports drink and your favorite seltzer got together, had a baby, but it's so much better. They have been the sponsors of 2024, and Dave is going to tell you what is so great about Game Up.
What's so great about it is that it comes in an 8-pack with 4 great flavors. We're talking fruit punch, orange, lemon lime, and grape. And guys, it's full flavor, only 110 calories per can. So it's low carb. Enjoy Game Up.
We've been talking about it for a couple weeks, and this past Tuesday, NXT finally debuted on the CW. What did you think about the first show on the CW?
I liked it. First off, shout out to AJ for giving me his YouTube TV account so I could watch the CW. I noticed some people were a little quiet in the chat that night, and I'm like thinking, I don't think a lot of us have CW in our area or what we watch. So I was happy to hear, by the way, too, that they did such a really good rating. They had almost 900,000 viewers for their initial night. And I don't remember what the demo was, but I think it was up by like 20-30%. So anyway, great start for these guys. The show presentation looked great, especially being in front of a live crowd with a lot of people. I know that's not going to be every week with NXT. That's not what they're for, but just seeing that presentation, Chicago, seeing those rowdy fans. She and Shawn Michaels dancing in the ring, the sexy boy, made me laugh, but also kind of cool. And then Hunter comes out, but it's not anything. It's just they're hitting the "Are you ready" thing together, and they're out of there, which is perfect. That's what you want. Let's play the old hits. Give us about 5 minutes. We're gonna get out of here. We'll start the show. And then we're getting right to Julia and Roxanne. Great matchup. I don't know if it's a language barrier or what. But, I didn't get to watch a lot of Julia. I've heard a lot of things. I thought she had a great match. But I thought there were points in the match where Roxanne was actually kind of you could almost see her really working with Julia, like, almost setting her up to go for holds. And I thought she was really working her ass off on this one. And I wondered, if there's an issue with the language barrier coming to the States. But that being said, it's a small nitpick. She hit a lot of great moves. Was not expecting Cora Jade to come out. That shocked me. I didn't get to finish watching until the next day, so I had to, with Trick Williams spoiled, winning the title. But I thought that was cool to give Trick the championship. It felt rushed at the end. They don't have an overrun anymore. I don't know if that caused them any problems. The other thing, of course, to note for me personally was, well, 2 things. The street fight with Zachary Wentz and Wes Lee, great action. I thought they were killing each other. The other thing, seeing Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill show up to help Kalani Jordan. One thing that was apparent to me about that, though, was Kalani Jordan. She was wearing like army fatigue pants and she had on like a white tank top, and she just looked out of place to me because Jade Cargill and Bianca were all dressed up and they just looked like stars to me. And I thought that was kind of glaring. But yeah, overall, I'm a little all over the place here, but I love the show. I love the look of it. I love the feel of it. And I just want to get your opinion on this. CM Punk at the end of this takes out Ethan Page with a GTS because Ethan Page is mad the way the match went down. Ethan Page is no longer a champion. I thought he killed it, though, in his time at NXT. Wouldn't it be something if Ethan Page made his debut at Bad Blood this weekend and cost CM Punk the match against Drew McIntyre?
Ooh, that would be interesting. Yeah, because I believe I saw you put up a short like Ethan Page to Raw, and I was like, I don't know if he's quite done with NXT. I don't even know if CM Punk's necessarily done with NXT. I heard an interesting theory on the Working Stiff podcast that maybe CM Punk stays down in NXT for a little while, and I believe this is what they said, and kind of has the young guys go against him. But I really like that. It's gonna make Bad Blood interesting. I watched about half of it live because, like I said, it was a little choppy on my Fire Stick. So I got through the street fight that night. I loved the opening match, loved that street fight. Finished the show up the next day. We said it before. It's really what WWE does well, and it's those debut episodes. When they're debuting a new show, on a new network, they always know how to make that good impression. And I thought another reason that good impression was a little important this week was because even though they are trying to distance themselves from Mr. McMahon, there's a lot of talk about the WWE overall with that documentary being out. So I think they're kind of setting themselves apart by making just NXT a good show. And it has me ready for this coming up Tuesday as well, which I think they're going to destroy AEW in the viewership. One, because like you said, I don't know what's on AEW coming up on Dynamite yet. And I already know that I want to see Javon Evans versus Randy Orton. I have a feeling there's going to be a debut debut possibly. I know we're all expecting debuts, but I feel like this is where it could be.
Yeah, I think we're alluding to possibly the Motor City Machine Gun showing up here. And you do have a tag title match. A-Town Down Under is going after Nathan Frazier and Axiom. And by the way, A-Town Down Under come off as a much better act on NXT for some reason to me too. Like, I just find Grayson Waller's personality to be a lot more engaging and funny. Whereas on the main roster, I just expect him to get jobbed out. But over here, I feel like for some reason they look like they belong and they come off like a better act to me.
Yeah, I think it's because Grayson Waller still feels so new to the WWE. And the thing is, even though Austin Theory's been wrestling for years, he is still relatively young in the WWE system. So when you put him on that main roster with all these huge teams, they feel a little lesser than. While in NXT, they've been around long enough that they feel just above the teams presented, but not quite yet to that Raw and SmackDown. So I'm ready for that tag team match coming up.
If you haven't tried Game Up, then you are missing out. Imagine your favorite seltzer and your favorite sports drink had a baby, but it's way better than that. Each can is 110 calories, low carb, 4.9 ABV. It's a nice light drink that is not light on flavor. Game Up comes in fruit punch, orange, lemon, lime, and grape. Pick it up at drinkgameup.com or at your nearest liquor store.